Don't assume anything. Don't assume that everyone hates you. That's another thing that I used to do, like out of lack of confidence. People are wrapped up in their own shit, so stop assuming that everybody hates you. Start telling yourself stories that you are awesome and people do love you.
1, 2, 3.
What's up, everybody? My name is Anila Sita, aka the spiritual bad bitch. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. If you're back to my channel, I hope you're doing good today. We're gonna be talking about a very interesting topic, and I have always wondered when people were talking about this, which is quantum jumping. I wondered how they did it, and recently I've been doing it myself, bitch, and I'm gonna be sharing all the little hacks with you of how I do it. And while I tell you all the ways and little stories from my personal life, I'm going to be doing like a little Bali clothing haul because I have 2 bags of clothes here from this morning, and you know me, I gotta first of all do things in my own way, and second of all, I want to entertain you guys, all right, with this little situation here. This is actually a top that I made myself, okay?
Changing into first outfit.
This is dress number 1. Ew, she looking freaking cute, you know, especially with the tan. It's giving angel, it's giving goddess energy. So the biggest quantum jump I feel I experienced, where I really felt like, holy crap, I actually jumped from one reality to the next reality in such a short amount of time and in a really weird way. So as you know, or if you don't, I'm in Bali right now. And initially when I came here, I was staying in an area called Seminyak. And in the beginning, I remember I was there for 2 weeks, and I even said to my friends while I was talking to them on the phone, I don't want to meet people yet in Bali because I want to spend these 2 weeks, just kind of want this time for myself. But 1 week into that whole experience of being in the villa, I remember I started to feel really lonely. But no matter where I went, the places were empty. The bars I went to, the shisha places I went to, the beaches I went to were empty. I even went to this area that I'm living in right now. It's called Canggu, which is like 20 minutes away from Seminyak. Listen, it was empty. Everywhere was empty. I was literally like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is this island empty, or is this just my reality that I'm attracting? Now listen to this. This is like, for me, this was the quickest way to quantum jump.
Changing into second outfit.
This is the second outfit, all right? I mean, ass is looking fat. So what ended up happening is I decided to move to Canggu, and I just had this feeling like I found this place on Airbnb, which is where I'm at right now. I can flip the camera to show you. There's like different bungalows here, and all the bungalows are like rooms, and then there's like a common shared pool. I know it may seem like I'm jumping all over the place with the story, but bear with me. So this place, right, I had a feeling, knowing how it's set up, that I was not only going to meet people here, but I had this feeling that I was going to quantum jump. As I told you, I already came to this area, Canggu, in the 2 weeks that I was staying in Seminyak, but all the places I went to were empty. The moment that I moved here, I ended up going to like the same places that I went to before. Guess what? They were all full, and people started approaching me out of nowhere. I meet loads of people here who are on the same mindset. I get approached everywhere, and I literally thought to myself, how the actual fuck? But the reason why I'm saying this is quantum jumping and how you can apply this to your life is moving places is a quantum jump. So whether that may be moving apartments within the same city you're living in, whether that may be going to a whole different country, whether that may be switching schools, switching jobs, whatever the case may be, I'm saying the places that you go to, they contain codes, and you literally get access to these codes when you go to different places. The reason why I say codes is because think of it like, you know, the movie Matrix? Like, this whole experience to me, this human experience, is sort of, you decide what you want. Oh, you're like the computer. You can put into your computer, which is your belief systems, what you want, and you will accordingly shift to that reality instantly. So for me, like, my stories, obviously I've been moving around and I'm traveling, but you can still apply this in some way for yourself. It's like, it just taught me that our realities, you know, we can instantly shift them. We can instantly switch to a different one if we don't like where we're at. Particularly if you do things like setting intentions, like for me, oh, I want to be on my own for 2 weeks and then I'm open to meet friends. It's like when you say that to the universe, it will hear you and it will be like, yeah, you should actually have those 2 weeks for yourself, and then we're going to introduce people divinely into your path. Does that make sense? So that's one way that I've quantum jumped.
Changing into third outfit. Oh my god, wait for it.
Oh my god, guys, look at this dress. Look at it. I feel like you can't see it properly. I'm gonna lower the camera. Can you see it now? Look at this. It is giving goddess. It's giving Spanish queen. I actually took my bra off because, you know, even though the titties are small, we gotta fucking appreciate them anyways, all right? Now I want to share another way with you that I think a lot of people are going to be able to use this little way to shift realities. You can quantum jump simply with the decision to see things from a different perspective. I'm going to give you a few examples, and one from my personal life the other day. The universe is constantly putting things in your path, people, situations, just stuff that is there for you to receive joy, but you have to be receptive to it. And the moment that you open yourself up to that joy, you quantum jump to a reality where you are happier, more successful, and attracting things effortlessly. I talk a lot about like manifesting miracles and shit like that, and this is one of the ways that you will fucking switch to a reality where miracles will just pour into your life constantly. So what happened to me the other day is I was in a really shit mood, and this actually happens to me a lot while I'm here. I have animals that come into my path, and it feels like they are not only communicating with me, but they are sending me joy through their energy. So the other day I was driving with my motorbike here, and I got insanely lost, and I got really frustrated because my phone didn't have any connection. I was like, the fuck is going on? Why am I in this random ass area? Literally there with my bike in the middle of like this street that I don't know where the hell I am, and this beautiful white dog comes up to me, and it literally puts its head like on my knee as I'm sitting on the scooter, and it looks me in the eyes, and it felt, I know I might sound crazy, but it felt like it was a spirit guide. It felt like it was an angel. I mean, the tranquility, the beauty in that dog's eyes, that energy of the dog infused all over into me. I know it might seem like something really stupid, but this is genuinely one way that I feel like we constantly have situations. We also have, like, you know, shop owners that want to make conversation, that give you a warm smile, like maybe men because they think you're pretty, but maybe you're just so insecure that day that you can't even tap into that reality. But this is why I often talk about, you know, shifting the stories that you tell yourself, because everything you experience is a story. You can choose to see it from one side or from the other side. Another way that I want to share with you, I feel I've been quantum leaping, again related to this whole perspective shift situation, and I've been using this to manifest my success on here.
Changing into fourth outfit.
Here's the next little outfit. It's like a dress. I had to put my bikini on because, as you can see, it's like see-through. Let's get back though. So something that has been happening to me here in Bali is I have like Indonesian families or men come up to me because they want to take selfies with me. And in the very beginning, I was kind of in a negative mood, and I was a bit like, what the fuck? Like, no, do I look like a fucking animal to you? And I would say no. But basically, the reason why I'm telling you this is because the way that I've used this to shift my reality is, I imagine it's because I'm famous. Like, I imagine, is it weird that I'm sharing this on here? I don't give a shit. Every story that could potentially be negative, because at the end of the day, everything is neutral, you can shift it to something positive, and it changes your life. You quantum jump, as I say. And the way that you can apply this to your own life is just choose to tell yourself a story all the time of how someone is obsessed with you, how someone likes you, how things are positive. Don't always assume the worst, because the truth is, in a book called, shit, I can't remember. I'll put it here if I can remember it while I'm editing, but that book has one of the principles that says, don't assume anything, because you never know what the real answer is until you actually go and find out. It's made me realize, like, bitch, like, we really need to stop assuming negative shit about ourselves. We need to stop assuming negative stuff about the world, because this human experience, there is duality, you know, there are moments that are negative, and I'm not saying by any means that you should just discard that and pretend it's not there and just give yourself positive talk. I'm just telling you that when you release the trauma, you know, when you cry it out, your sadness, you can then see things from a clearer point of view and decide to shift perspectives. This shifting perspective thing makes you quantum leap. It's like, I imagine it as train tracks, you know? We can be on a train track where we feel like shit, and the train is going in that direction. So everything you see in the windows driving in that train is like stuff that you don't like in your life, stuff that makes you feel bad. Or you can decide to get out of the train, go to a different train track, get on that train, and you will see fucking beautiful tropical metaphorical, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a metaphor, but it's that this is how I view our life. And every time we make a decision to see the opposite side of the coin, we shift, we quantum jump to our desired reality.
Changing into fifth outfit.
Okay, so this is the next outfit. Can you see it's like a silky situation? And these shorts are not the same one as before. They're a different pair. I just really like this color, so I wanted to get like a different kind. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now I'm going to share with you another way to quantum jump. And honestly, this one, it transformed my relationships with a lot of people. And this way is something that a lot of people are gonna be surprised. Speaking your truth. When you hear this motherfucking story, I was literally suicidal one moment, and the next I was laughing with a group of people. I am not joking when I say this, and I'm also not trying to downplay feeling suicidal. I genuinely struggle with these emotions of being depressed and suicidal all the time, and I can see in myself it's because of the stories I decide to tell myself, so that's why I'm sharing it completely and vulnerably. There was this situation with this guy that I live with here. We were not speaking to each other. It's a long story that I'm not going to get into on here. I had a really strong connection with him, and I didn't realize that that was actually what was causing my suicidal feelings, was the fact that we stopped speaking to each other, and I started telling myself stories of how I'm like super unworthy and I don't deserve to be around people, or I don't deserve love, or I don't deserve good friendship, because I've had issues with my brother and my dad in the past. So it's kind of led me to have problems around men, even in friendships. Like, I don't really have male friends unless they are gay, but otherwise I don't really have male friends because I've just often struggled to fully be myself, and I have a lot of unworthiness that comes up in me around men, regardless of whether it's romantic or not. And this is why I'm saying now, I'm gonna get to the point, when you decide to speak your truth, you quantum shift. That day, I knew inherently when these suicidal feelings were coming up that what I needed to do was to go to him, have the courage to say what I feel and think, and not give a shit about what his reaction is. And the truth is, his reaction was actually a lot better than I expected, because again, don't assume anything. Don't assume that everyone hates you. That's another thing that I used to do, like, out of lack of confidence. And it's like, nobody fucking cares about you that way. People are wrapped up in their own shit, so stop assuming that everybody hates you. Start telling yourself stories that you are awesome and people do love you. When you speak your truth, it's not about how the other person feels. You can't only speak your truth when you think that a person is going to react positively, because often speaking your truth is exactly having the courage to say what you need to say, not giving a fuck what the other person feels or how they will react. Do you get what I'm saying? The reason why I say this quantum leaps you is because you shift the perspective. Because when you speak your truth in whatever situation you are in, you quantum leap to reality where you are more confident, you care about yourself, and your self-worth is there. You're sending a message to your body and to the universe that you care about it. You're sending a message to your inner child that she's important, what she thinks matters, and her thoughts deserve to be voiced and spoken out loud, even if the other person doesn't agree or, you know, gets triggered or gets angry by what you have to say. If they get triggered by you speaking your truth, that's not your motherfucking problem, okay? But genuinely, I feel like this helped me quantum shift. This really empowered version of myself came up of like, bitch, I don't give a shit what anybody has to say about what I think. And sometimes, yeah, we might be wrong with what we think and what our thoughts are around a situation, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't speak it out, because sometimes speaking it out loud helps you see the situation and the person can meet you halfway. So that was a little rant there, but I really hope that that helps someone and makes you realize that's another fucking powerful way to quantum shift.
Changing into second last outfit. Bear with me.
Here is my next little top. I'm aware that like this color and this color, they don't match, but do you see how fucking, dude, my ass is looking fat. Is it looking as fat on camera as it is in real life? I don't know. Yeah, I'm aware the colors don't really match, but you know, I'm just kind of showing you what we've got here. Okay, now the very last way that you can quantum jump is by using water and nature as portals. So I used to do this all the time when I was trying to manifest money, and I know I've already talked about this a few times. Like, if you're in my audience, you know that that video is coming soon on how to manifest money. One of the ways that I've been able to quantum jump to a more abundant reality, and you can do this for anything, it doesn't have to be like money, it can be for anything that you want in your life, is if you ever see like an arch whether that may be, you know, in nature, like if there's like trees that kind of go like that, like there's two trees and they're like this, you can walk under that arch and literally ask your spirit guides, when I walk through this, create a portal and connect me to the future version of myself that is already abundant or has the person they want. You know, like if you're trying to manifest a specific person, use it to say, when I step through this portal, I'm going to be more confident, I'm going to get the attention that I want, I'm going to fucking be magnetic. Okay, you can create portals with anything. You can also do this with doorways. I remember someone on TikTok said that you can visualize, you know, like the four corners of the door, creating this portal that if you walk through it, you step into the future version of yourself. Everything is energy, everything is perception.
Changing into last top, finally lol.
Now this is my last little top. I don't have any more pants. This is just the same top that I got in black as well. You know, she looking cute or whatever. If you're struggling and it doesn't happen instantly, like for me, I felt that moving places is the most powerful way, which is why I mentioned it first. For me, that seemed to be the fastest way to quantum jump. But when it comes to like the portal creating, I didn't make money from one day to the next because I had a lot of blocks. So whatever thing you're trying to manifest in your life, if it's taking you a long time to get to that, it's because there's still blocks present. And this is okay, it's part of the human experience. Sometimes it's, again, are they really blocks though? Because maybe now as I'm speaking about it, I realize as well, like maybe that's just our perception that's telling us there's a block, but in actuality, it's just a perspective shift that's needed. So really analyze your blocks, which again are not necessarily blocks, and try to see how can I look at this situation from a more optimistic point of view. And if you struggle to do this, literally read books, because when you read books, books are a great way to shift perspectives as well. May that be novels, may that be non-fictional books. I remember I used to use romantic novels all the time to help the fact that I would feel so inspired and alive when I was reading a love story that would give me the energy to then be receptive to attract that love. Just because of a perspective shift, because when you're reading a book, you're tapping into a different reality by looking through the eyes of another person. So I'm actually fucking channeling right now because I didn't even put this down in my notes. Like, this is something that's just coming out of me, and as I'm speaking it, I realize it's the fucking truth, and I'm actually going to be reading more exactly because of what I just said. So I learn just as much as you guys do when I make these videos. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it entertaining. I'm sending you so much positive energy and love. Your manifestations will come, all right? They will come in time. Just continue to do the things that you know feel good for you. Bye!